Okay, I'm going to be showing you today how to make a overall outline for your informative paper about the person that you interviewed. And so I have created this overall outline since you were out of the classroom or absent. And so you are going to be filling it in while you're watching this video. So the first thing you need to do is find your survey that looks like this. And this is the survey that the interview that I filled out for the person I interviewed, Monica Wyatt. And as you can see, this is the introduction section. So all of these questions could possibly be in the introduction paragraph of the informative writing. And then if you turn it to the back, this section is marked body. And then this section is marked conclusion down at the bottom. And so what you first need to do is decide which one of these 5 questions you're going to focus on for your paper, because you're only going to have one body paragraph for this informative writing, and so you're only going to choose which one of these you're going to focus on. So you're going to choose what they were most afraid of as a child, what was their worst injury, their most memorable travel experience, most embarrassing moment of their life, or what was the funniest thing that ever happened to them. And so you want to choose which one you have the most to write about. So if you only have like one thing written about their worst injury, you want to choose that one, then you might have to go back and get some more information, because you're not going to be able to write a whole paragraph just with one thing, like she cut her arm on the lawnmower. I'm going to need to go back and get some more information about that story. So I chose the most memorable travel experience. So what I want you to do is look at your interview, and I want you to make a choice, and I want you to put a green box. This is green if it's hard to see. A green box around which one you are going to write about in the body of your paper. And this choice is going to help us create our thesis for our overall outline. So go ahead and put a green box around which one you want to choose. Okay, the next thing you're going to do is write the person's name that you are writing this paper about. Okay, you're going to write their name right here. Now, my person's name was Monica Jo Wyatt. Your person's name was not Monica Jo Wyatt. So you will have to look back at the front page of the interview to write down their first, middle, and last name. So right there, first, middle, and last name, making sure I'm spelling it correctly. And you're going to put it right there. So again, yours should not say Monica Jo Wyatt. You are putting the person's name that you interviewed, first, middle, and last name. The next thing is writing down the writing prompt. That's how we create our thesis statement that guides our writing. So right now, we are going to write down this writing prompt. What experience, so you are writing this question word for word. What experience did you learn about the person that shaped who they are? So what the word shaped means, there's lots of experiences that you've probably gone through that have made you who you are today. So things that you've seen, things that you've experienced that have made you into the person you are today. And so that's going to be our writing prompt, and that's how we're going to create our thesis. We're going to restate this question and then give an answer about what experience. And the experience that you're going to write about is what you chose right here, what you put a green box around. And so right now, I want you to just draw a blank. And this is going to be the focus of our writing. We're going to put in this blank just 1 or 2 words what experience it is that we're writing about. So my experience that I'm writing about is the travel experience. I'm just going to write traveling right here so I can remember that this is the focus of my paper, traveling. Now, if you are writing about what they were afraid of as a child, just write afraid of as a child. If you are focusing on worst injury, then just write worst injury. If you're focusing on embarrassing moment, just write embarrassing moment. Or last, the funniest thing, just write funniest thing. Okay, because you may not be writing about traveling, depending on which one you highlighted on your interview. and we're going to write our thesis and create it right here. So we're going to mark this thesis. Okay, so our thesis is the guide, the plan for our paper. It's one sentence. It is in the introductory paragraph, usually the last sentence of the introductory paragraph, and it tells what's going to be in the body of the paper. So what's going to be in the body of our paper is going to be talking about traveling. So I just want you to circle the person's first name, the word experience, and the word shaped. Those three words really need to be in your thesis because we're restating this question. Now I'm going to write my thesis down here, and you are more than welcome to model your thesis that you write down off of my sample. That's fine. Just making sure that if you are not interviewing, your paper is not about a girl, then I'm going to be using girl pronouns. So you're going to have to change those pronouns to boy pronouns to make it make sense. So I'm going to start off with her first name because Monica is the person I'm focusing on. Your person's name is not Monica. So Monica had many experiences. So right now I'm just restating my question. That shaped her adolescence. So if you're wondering what the word adolescence means, adolescence is another word for teenager. You don't have to use adolescence. You can use childhood. But remember, this is all in the past. That's why I'm writing in past tense, because she or he gave you information about their life from the time they were born to the end of their 7th grade year. So keep in mind that we're using past tense verbs. But the most influential means important. The most influential one was traveling. Okay, my focus is still this one experience, traveling. So if you're modeling yours off of my thesis statement, just keep in mind, again, if you did not interview a girl, okay, this pronoun has to change. If you are not doing traveling as the experience that you're writing about for your person, if you're doing worst injury, and you just take out the word traveling and put worst injury, it's not going to make sense. Listen to this. Monica had many experiences that shaped her adolescence, but the most influential one was worst injury. Okay, we need something in between. So the most influential one was her worst injury or his worst injury. If you're doing embarrassing moment, the most influential one was his most embarrassing moment or her most embarrassing moment. So you might have to write in a pronoun to make it flow and make sense. All right, so the green, every time we use green in our outline, that's the overall topic. Every time we see green, it's always going to be about the person traveling. The yellow introduces the big idea. Okay, this is the body of our paper, and our body is going to be about traveling. So right now I'm going to write traveling. If your focus is worst injury, you will write worst injury. Whatever you put up here in the blank, you're also going to write down here. If you had to write about multiple experiences, okay, we would be listing the different experiences. These would be the different body paragraphs, but we only have one body paragraph. All right, now our pink. Okay, every time you see pink in the outline, it's going to signify details and elaboration. And so look back at your interview. Okay, I'm going to list all of these different details right here. I don't need to make sentences. I'm just getting my ideas down on this overall outline. So right now, you're looking at your interview, and if you don't have very much information, put what you have, and then you probably have to go back and ask questions again for more information from your person. so this is the overall outline. Okay, we have our thesis up here, the guide for our paper. It tells the reader what they're going to be reading about in the body paragraph. This is our topic for our body paragraph, traveling, and these are our details that we're going to elaborate on more.